In this video, I visit a private koi pond to pick up a viewer, who then takes me to visit a koi fish farm, and then we complete the day trip out with a visit to a high street koi shop. You can't miss this one, it's going to be fun. Right, so not at the pond today, we're in the koi pond lifestyle van. Got a bit of a day trip out. Bumped into one of my subscribers, a local, Gary, who invited me over to a shop in Congleton that I've been meaning to get to for a while, but it's a shop that I've not been to ever, and it was on my list of places to go, and I said, oh, when you go in next, let me know and I'll tag along if that's okay. And he was like, yeah, sure. So anyway, so we're going to go to his house first, pick up from there, and I think he got a pond. He did mention a farm, a fish farm. I think it was a fish farm. That'll be a result if we get to go to a fish farm today as well. So we're on a bit of a day out today. I've no picnic with me, so let's get going and get round Gary's house. Now the pond we're looking at, 16,000 litres, and we've got this is built in around it for winter, where it all gets closed in, so all this gets closed in on the sides, and then you've got this large sort of drop down gate that drops down over winter as well, so he can basically ensure that it's all closed off for winter and he can maintain the temperature. So he can do it anywhere between sort of like, well, pick a temperature basically. He's got his heat source pump working quite nicely here. The camera really doesn't do justice to how the size of some of these fish. You know, he's grown these fish from, you know, he goes out and gets a smaller fish and then obviously they grow, obviously. And some of these fish are really good, large, healthy fish. So he's going to show us in his filter system and show us a little bit about how that works to get this water looking so good.
This is a feed which goes to the RO. Okay. So with recycled RO, you have to it takes water from the clean side of a drum, but it still has to be cleaned.
Right.
So the good old filter floss, which you change twice a week.
Love that.
Always filter floss.
Cheap as chips.
Yeah, exactly. It gets most of the rubbish out.
Exactly, yeah.
20 micron filter, paper filter, and then there's another one,
huge,
which is a 5 micron filter.
Yep.
Which is in that one.
Okay.
So by the time it gets to here,
yep,
you've got very clear water. So the water then is put under pressure with a pump.
Yep.
The pump is basically a coffee machine pump.
Yep.
This is.
Okay.
100 psi, just over. It goes through the first one. It gives me some RO.
Yep.
And then the waste comes out, goes to the next one. It gives me a bit more RO.
Okay.
And the next one a bit more, and so on. The beauty of that, it means I'm getting 1.74 or 75 litres of RO water.
Yep.
And I'm only losing 0.3 of a litre of waste.
Very nice.
So that waste goes then down the drain.
Very nice.
And then I replace that with purified tap water. Comes in from the mains to over there.
Yep.
There's a paper filter, a charcoal, a bone char filter.
Yep.
Another activated charcoal. So by the time it gets to here, I've got no chloramines, all chlorine, and very few metals. Drum would normally, it's got a filter down here, and the pump that cleans it takes the clean water and cleans the screen
Gotcha.
inside.
Yep.
Well, I've cut that off.
Right.
So I've got a header tank
Yeah.
of purified tap water,
Right.
which cleans. So when this cleans, it uses water out here, and then this just fills back up again.
So it doesn't use
It doesn't use the recycled water, the
pond
clean
water.
water.
It goes from tap purified.
Yes. And the reason, so the reason for doing this
Yeah.
is a drum will do 15 litres a minute. It
Yep.
runs for roughly a minute, so that's 15 litres you're chucking. But it isn't, because 10 litres goes through the screen and gets rid of the crap.
Yep.
And then 5 litres
Yep.
is what they call spray back, and it goes back into, so that doesn't matter. So every time this washes, which is about every 20 minutes, it's 10 litres of pond water I'm chucking away. So I'm much better off cleaning with purified tap water,
Yep.
and then I'm just putting 5 litres of purified tap water in every time instead of replacing 10 litres. So I'm keeping as much pond water as I possibly can, but I'm still changing a lot of pond water.
Yeah.
However, there is always a downside.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, so all this nice purified water and the RO water
Yep.
is basically clean. RO is just a big filter. It's a better filter. It's just stripping everything out of the water, so there's nothing in it, or very, very little. When you do that, you've got no KH, no GH.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Okay, so you're stripping KH out all the time.
Yep.
So what I do, got sodium bicarbonate.
Oh, right. Okay.
At 80 grams per litre,
Yep.
so it's always liquid.
Yep.
So it doesn't do that, so there's no bits. And this goes off every hour and doses 25 millilitres of sodium bicarbonate water into here, so it keeps my KH at around about 2.
Okay.
Right? And if this fails, that up there is a pH controller.
Yep.
Alright? So down in here, that is a pH probe.
Okay.
Alright? So what that does, that constantly checks the pH, and when it goes below 7.2, switches this on, which takes sodium bicarbonate straight out of there, and keeps topping it up until it goes over 7.2, and then it stops.
What a setup. Oh my God, you've blown me away here. This is marvellous.
So it is different. It's a different, not that I'm a bit of a control freak, but the only way I could control the water was by doing all of this. And it's not something, I didn't just go and pay for it off. This has taken 6 years.
Oh yeah, well,
and
believe
a lot
it,
of trial and error.
Trial and error, yeah. Every day's a school day.
You know, you start RO and then you think, oh, it's great, but it causes its own problems.
Yeah.
That you then have to solve.
Yeah, there's always a knock-on effect to what you do in there. I've always been told once you make a change somewhere, it makes a change somewhere else.
Yes.
So you've got to be aware of the somewhere else to be able to combat that change.
Yeah.
But that might make another change somewhere else. And before you do, you're chasing your tail a little bit.
Resin, old resin tank, which is full. There's about 400 litres of K1.
Brilliant. Bubbling away nicely.
Bubbling away.
Evenly as well, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
nice, that is.
So at the bottom of this, we put in a ring and then put all the holes in it and
Yep.
so on. And next this bubbles really well.
Yep.
So I use the same pipe and the same diameter hole, which, believe it or not, is about 4 millimetres, 3 millimetres. It's
Okay.
hardly anything to get that amount of bubble.
Yeah. Every day's a school day. I've just had one just now. Oh my God, it's ace.
So it is different.
I've got an Achiba coming past now. Look at the size of this Achiba here. It's fantastic. This is. I can sit here all day. Now Gary tells me that he actually takes some of these plants out over winter to put them elsewhere while the winter's on and then replants them again. So for example, these banana plants, digs them out, puts them in a big pot and then puts them elsewhere where it's heated, where you can look after them and then puts them back in after winter. Wow. Right, so we've had a look at his pond. Bless him, he let me do loads of filming. We've had a look at his filter systems while we were here, and I believe now we're going to go down to the farm. Let's have a wander down to the farm. So we've just arrived now at the farm, and I'm just looking at hundreds and hundreds of fish, 500 fish in just under 4,000 gallon pond. And managing this water is a drum, which is just over the side there. There's a picture of the drum. And then the bucket shower at the back there. That's it, that's managing this pond. So these areas are basically used at this farm for receiving the fish from Japan when they come over. So they use an agent to pick the fish, and they're quarantined at the farm. The far end is used because apparently gets a lot of fish with sleeping sickness. So that pond is now been dosed with salt, vitamin C, different temperature changes to manage the fish when they've come from Japan. I'm a little bit in awe of what's going on here because I've never been to one of these places. I'm sure some of you out there now are going, oh yeah, we've seen all that, Andy. I've never seen this before, so I'm kind of like a little bit of like a rabbit in headlights at the moment, and I'm firing loads of questions at Blessing. And he's letting me do loads of filming here, which is great. At this secret location where nobody knows, or do they? So in a little while, we're going to go over to the shop itself, which is in Congleton, Sunnybank Koi. Correct me if I'm wrong, comment below. Is one of the only shops that is located in a town centre. You know, lots of the other shops aren't, they're in like industrial estates or on farms, and this is literally in the middle of a town centre. So that'd be interesting, because it's been on my list of places to go to and see for ages. Sorry, I've just seen a lovely Achiba and a lovely Kahaku, and a lovely Tancho, and a lovely Hiyatsuri, and a lovely Showa. And
so they're in 0.35 salt at the moment, vitamin C in the water, just help with sleeping sickness, because you tend to always get some form of sleeping sickness, and we've got it in the little Sato Tosai this time, and the Yamaguchi Jumbo Tosai. But other than the Satos are still looking a little bit ropey odd ones, but they are coming through it now. They're pretty much getting there, but these will be in quarantine for another 5 or 6 weeks yet.
So have you got any fish in sleeping sickness now? Because I've never seen it.
Little Tosai right up there, little Kahaku, little Goshki.
Oh yeah.
Those are just coming out of it. They were really clink and really bad. The little Ginman Yamabukis, they had it. They were the Sato fish. They are looking a lot better now though. If you'd have come 2 weeks ago, you couldn't tell them Kahaku. It's just something you have to deal with now. Virtually every shipment.
So how often do you get shipments come in then?
Normally January and May.
Right, okay.
You can have a couple in them months, but we normally just have January and May, one in each.
And how many breeders do you use?
Try to restrict it on each one, because again that limits your problems. So like on the last shipment I think we had 5 breeders.
Right, okay.
We are going to go over in early spring next year.
Wow, cool.
February, March time.
How long do you spend over there?
Be about 2 weeks.
Do you?
Yeah, I've never been before, so
no, yeah, I bet you bloody well as well.
Yeah.
Flipping that, you'd be bursting, wouldn't you?
Just whether my checkbook can take it.
I've just spotted he's got some tamasabas in here, and they look like, is it like Kahaku tamasabas?
Yeah, they like Kahaku ones.
Like the Kahaku ones. So we've got 4 down there, and there was others always, and then in this pond they got Tancho tamasabas. There's like 3 or 4. I don't think you can see them in the pond. I don't know whether you can pick up on them then, but yeah, these little tamasabas, and to be honest, I don't know why, but I quite like them. And I got my wallet on me. I said I wasn't going to get any more. Right, mind-blowing this. I'm just loving this. A really good chat about some of the fish and how they're accepted into different ponds. Sometimes they lose some fish and they have to take them on the chin. There's no guarantee that the fish will get here alive. You know, up to 40 hours they can be sitting in bags, coming because they have to go through quarantine, DEFRA, vets. They have to have vets to sign certificates off when new fish come in. So we're going to pop down the shop now for a coffee. And like I say, it's a shop that I've wanted to visit for a while because it's in the middle of a town centre. And it's like a little TARDIS apparently. But like I say, I've never been. So let's go and have a look. Now we've just come down to visit his dad's fish pond in his back garden on the farm. Lovely little pond. It's dead quiet here. It's so serene. It's lovely. The only thing is, they've had 3 herons visit recently and do what herons do best, unfortunately. So they've put lots of this sort of guarding round, just put some string round basically to try to stop the heron getting anywhere close. But you know what herons are like, they've got all the time in the world, haven't they, to suss how to get you and how to do stuff. So we're just having a quick wander around his garden and having a look at this lovely pond. I think this is probably one of this is my favourite pond in the whole shop. 9,000 litres with filters. And some of the fish in here, just the colours, fantastic. We've got a Ginrin Karashigoi is here somewhere, massive. The owner was showing me earlier on, just, you know, tickling on top of his head, dead friendly fish. But if you look now, look at the Chiba here. They're always hungry, these fish, I tell you. Here we go now, look there, look at that. Look at the size of him. So he's just chucked some food in to encourage him to come and eat. Fantastic. Some of the little fish as well. The shop itself is dead deceiving because you walk into the shop just expecting to see a shop, and you've got this like oasis in here that, you know, with the backdrop of where the fish are as well. It's fantastic. You know, all made and put together with the guy. And again, in the other pond here, we've got some of the smaller fish. So tell me a little bit about how the shop came to be where it is then.
Basically, we were looking to move from this previous venue that we rented. Yep. Just came up for sale. It was a cafe called Wild and Wild. We purchased it basically.
Fantastic.
The initial works took about 8 weeks to change it from a cafe to what it is now. So there's plans to expand further.
So how long did it take, for example, just to build this one pond?
Well, the whole shop only took 8 weeks.
Wow, that's pretty
so you know, it was all like planned out, marked out.
Yep.
This was one of the first things to go in. It's like the biggest thing, if you like.
Yeah. So even though the shop is based on a town or in a town centre, you're still able to get customers to come along and pick stuff up.
Yeah.
Even
no
in a
problem.
town centre. You plan all that, haven't you?
Yeah.
We've
We've
thought
got
about
a
that.
back truck that we can take things to customers' cars with. You can come down the Highstreet before 10 and after 4.
Yeah. So we were up at the farm earlier,
Yeah.
And when we were looking up at the farm, we were talking about how often you refresh the fish down in the shop.
They're being constantly refreshed week by week.
Okay.
We do WhatsApp auctions as well, so
Yep.
fish come down here for the auction.
Yep.
So it's renewed constantly, especially this time of the year, because everybody's pond's warm now. So as they sold, we do go.
Gotcha.
Over winter, we tend to overwinter quite a few fish. So
Yeah. So
they
the
came
black
from-
Zeus, that's almost like the unicorn of the koi.
Yes, it is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
And we've got, like I said, we've got the large one in here now.
Yeah.
That you were trying to give away last year in a raffle.
We raffled it, yeah, or we offered a cash prize alternative, which the lucky guy took the cash prize alternative because at the time he was building his own pond.
Right,
so
okay, yeah.
He paid a lot towards his costs of building his pond,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he was
okay.
really happy because it was a young couple. So it was great.
So is there a plan to do anything with that fish now, or keep it unless something comes along?
But I can't say too much.
Okay,
yet.
that's
But
fine.
Yeah,
Good,
there is something else coming up that I've got planned for.
Brilliant. Okay.
So, yeah.
So people just watch this space.
Yeah, yeah.
And something in the future could happen.
Yes.
Fantastic. Good. Gives you a real idea of scale now as well, like this.
Yeah.
Water puppies, aren't they? So opening times, the shop, do you do like 5-6 days a week?
5 days a week, Tuesday to Saturday, 9 till 5.
9 till 5.
Shut Sundays and Mondays.
What about bank holidays?
We are open on a bank holiday Mondays. We do 10 till 2.
Oh right, cool. So because it's very seasonal, do you times change in winter?
No, we at the same time all throughout the year.
Yeah, because you cover aquariums as well as koi as well, don't you? So
It's,
you
it's the staff really, they moan if they don't have any days off, so we have to let them have a 5-day week.
Right, okay, yeah.
I still have to come in and feed and check up on things and whatnot, but yeah.
Cool. As we stood chatting about fish, the shop, more fish, talking about how they import the fish and some of the challenges they have, some of the long nights they spend when they're importing the fish from Japan, and the travelling journeys they have to make and the challenges of the shop. And it was a fantastic time, just flew by because the whole team just came over and we all got involved in lots and lots of little chats and discussions about the koi and the fish and the shop and how things work in that area. I kind of just lost track of time in this dead, relaxed atmosphere.
They go from, no, I'm not in that bloody thing in my pond to they've got 6 of them swimming around in no time.
Fantastic. Wallet is staying in my pocket today. I just keep telling myself, wallet is staying in my pocket today. No, you're not coming out. Wallet is staying in my pocket today. Look what the guys just give me. I've got my own mug. Stick a brew in it quick. Right, done at Sunnybank now. Had a fantastic time with the guys. What a magnificent thing they got. See you guys. Bye. See what I mean? These guys are marvellous. So we're going to head back now, head home and get this edited because I've got to get you to see this video. Right, just got back from my day trip out. Massive, massive thank you to Gary. Gary, bless you, mate. I'm so glad that we met that day. And you invite me out to your trip to Sunnybank Koi and to the farm. I've had a fantastic day and I can't thank you enough, mate. So superb. And also a big thank you to the Sunnybank team, Neil and his team in there. Brilliant, really good. I was watching in the background how they deal with their customers. Fantastic, really good. No hassle, you kind of go in, if you need something, they're there for you. They've got some quality stuff in there. Couldn't fault them in there, I was well impressed. You never guess what I've gone and done. Yes, I've come away with some fish. Yeah. So anyway, we've bagged them, and guess what it is? I'll show you in a minute when they come out of the bag. Right, let's see what we've got. Oh, so excited. Like a kid in a sweet shop. Okay, so here we go. Oh my God, little faces, bless them. Look at that. It's not even worth measuring really, is it? Are they really supposed to be that deformed? Wow. Comment below if you've got some of these and you know how to look after them. Comment below, because I haven't got a clue. Maybe they just look after themselves, do they? I don't know. I asked them to choose them for me because I didn't know, because I'd never had these, so I didn't even know what I'm looking for. And they went, well, one with the largest back and the more bulbous is apparently the better. I don't know. Look at that. Oh dear. Better get them in pond, don't we? And away. Oh, one's in the sky pond, quick. Can you believe it? They're in a sky pond already. Just suddenly make themselves at home quick enough, don't they? And they look so small now. They're in the pond and next to the big fish. They look so small. Oh, I'm so chuffed he's taken to the sky pond. Literally, he's been in there 10 minutes. He's already up in the sky pond. So I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot more of my new edition Tamasavas in the future. I'm just, look at the smile on this here going on here. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share, ding the bell for notification, because there's lots and lots of videos coming out. And now you've got my little Tamasabas, who are the new stars of the show. So if you like the video, please click the like, because it makes all the difference to the algorithms. Thank you ever so much for watching. I can't believe they're in the sky pond already. I'll have to leave you with some montage of him in the sky pond. Can't believe he's in the sky pond already.